the spirit of Barisan Nasional that Barisan Nasional should have the discipline committees to discipline all the component party members and all their members. And that was a very preliminary suggestions, which I have great doubt on that. I think that it won't work. First, it goes against the BN's current constitution, because BN's memberships comes from party, not from individual members. And two, which is more important thing, is I think each political party must have the autonomy, their own sovereignty, their autonomy to speak what they want to speak. Or otherwise, then your political party who cannot stand on its own, who cannot express their own stand and opinion over public issues, you are not going to last. You become a poodle to the big party, and which I have great reservation on that, and I've raised that as well.
What's the diagnosis of the party on the health of the party?
Well, as I said, well, of course, I would say dying. I don't know what's into my mother. It's not dying, but of course we have a headache, we have chest pain, we have stomach upset, and all sort of problems that we are having now. So with the pain and sufferings and giving the kind of support that we have is probably 15%, perhaps. You know, some would say 15%. Of course, I think much less than that. And giving the kind of political strength that we have, and working within the BN mechanism, a decision-making process, and becomes so much more challenging and difficult for the party leaders, which I fully agree. But as I said, you must look into the cause why we become so weak, and why other component parties in Peninsula cannot live on their own, stand on their own, and live on their own strength anymore. As what KJ said, you know, you shouldn't expect to win the next general elections by default, or because of the Pakatan or the Harapan's whatever their disarray or their own internal problems. We must win the next general battle by our own strength, and that is something I feel is wholly lacking. And that must go to the cause of the root of the problem, and which I think I hope my party leaders would address to that more often than just as usual firefighting.